Hello and welcome to a very special Tribal Wars event. This is a invitational event with the top 16 players from the last year's Tribal Leaderboard duking it out in a 4-round single elimination event with a different deck each round. So round one is underdog. So all the less well represented tribes. I'm running scouts for this event. It's a combo deck wherein you... Let's see if I can get all this right. A Safe Hold and Elite plus a Malira Silvok Outcast. Creatures can't have -1 counters put on them, plus the Blasting Station. All these three in play. Sacrifice the Safe Hold Elite infinite times. This untaps the Blasting Station each time it comes to play. You sacrifice to deal 1 damage. Kill the opponent that way. The Malira can also be replaced by Metallic Mimic on Scouts. The Safe Hold Elite gets a +1 counter that counteracts the -1 counter, same thing. Or Anafenza. We've also got Safi Eric's daughter and Renegade Rallier. So you sacrifice Safi when target creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn, return that card to the battlefield. So you activate that ability targeting the Renegade Rallier. Sacrifice the Renegade Rallier. Safi's ability triggers. Returns the Renegade Rallier back to the play, and the that when it enters the battlefield, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, target permanent card will convert to mana cost 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So you bring the Safi back with the Renegade Rallier, and that gets you another way of getting infinite Blasting Station activations. The other way that the deck can win is just with Scout Beatdown. So if you've got a Metallic Mimic and Anafenza, and then just some crabby little scouts, they can easily beat the opponent down with that. So we've got some. We're also using the scouts to sort of skimp on lands for that purpose. So we've got Silver Ranger to search up basic lands, Wood Elves search up basic lands, Merfolk Branchwalker exploring to basically sort of scry towards lands or whatever. Nissa Vastwood Seer, and then Tireless Tracker. Just got one of those because I don't want to spend the money on more than one to gain advantage out of all those lands. Got a little bit of acceleration in Amison's Pilgrim and Birds of Paradise, a little bit of interaction with Swords to Plowshares, and Greenstone Zenith to round the whole thing out. Search up combo pieces, or just whatever you need at the time. Obviously that's what Greenstone Zenith does. And then mana base is green, white, fetch lands, and Dryad Arbor, the Greenstone Zenith, and Gavany Township. Another good way of taking advantage of all the mana. Anyway, that is the deck. We'll see whether I can assemble any of these combos, and I'll just beat the opponent down and win. Okay, and here we are for round one. On the play versus Cruel Hellraiser, and this seems like a reasonable hand. Decent distance away from actually comboing off in any meaningful way, but it's a fine hand. Question is, turn 1, do we Greenstone Zenith for a Dryad? Um, it allows for a turn 2 Nissa. But I might want to play Metallic Mimic before I start playing any other creatures really anyway. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to combo now. It's just type Mimic us out of Scout. And then I reckon Green Suns for the Persist guy, I'm currently forgetting the name of, and then Blasting Station. Save hold delete, yeah. Not sure what Cruel Hellraise is doing yet. Kind of hoping they'll tap out this turn so I can know that I can safely run out of Blasting Station. If they don't, I might well just Sylvan Ranger, Search of a Land, and then Merfolk Branchwalker instead of trying to combo off. Exile the top 5 cards with the target player's library face down. You may look at those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Put a card exiled with a scepter into its owner's graveyard and counter type spell have the name card. Okay. Well, short of a Force of Will, I think I'm fine to just attempt to combo off here. Choose. Oh wait, can I? Yeah, choose a target and save it. Sacrifice the elite. And always yield. Always yes. Always yield. And always yield. So now you get this. Oh, okay. Cruel Hellraiser not making me go through the hell of actually executing the combo. It's actually a fairly clean one. It's not bad at all. Okay, yeah, this seems fine. Again, it's a safe hold elite away from comboing. But we've got some creatures and the Gavany Township, so even if we don't get to a combo, we can still do something. Janus Edict, okay. That makes sense. But it's not too bad for me because just get Yana Fenza down before the Nissa is preferable anyway. Ashiok, okay. God. Oh, I got my tireless tracker. Just play out the Nissa. I've got the incredible power of the Caracas plus Nissa combo to just start searching out their lands. I guess I should have played Nissa beforehand to make Anna Fenza a bit bigger. Forgot that she could... I kind of forgot how Bolster worked, but it's creature of the least toughness, and if you've got the same toughness, you can just choose one. So. Ashiok ticks up again. It's Birds of Paradise and a couple of Greenstone Zeniths. Spectre. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, exile one of them, and you look at it and cast the card for as long as it remains exiled. Okay. So I guess I just want to Swords the Thief of Sanity. I guess I will hold up Caracas. So it's got 2 legendary creatures in play. Oh, and again I've messed up the done the exact wrong thing again with the bolster this time because it's not a big deal, but Sylvan Ranger is going to get the +1/+1 counter regardless. Try and kill the Ashiok. Oh wow, okay, that seems fairly early, but I presume Cruel Hellrace is just getting flooded out or something. Kind of unfortunate, but there it is. Alright, here we are, still in round 1, but just spectating Kumagoro's match, partly to test whether spectating how broken it still is. Not completely is the answer at the very least. So it looks like it's Tree Folk versus Core. And looks like Kuma's applying a decent amount of pressure. Love Taps is kind of stuck on mana by the looks of it. So these are the Hexproof equals the number of forests, Parentophin equals the number of forests, and Stoneforge Mystics. Now I don't remember what equipment is still banned. Shuko. Yeah, so I'm going to assume that Love Taps is not running the swords and the like. Just going for just cheap ones, it seems. Cheap to play and equip for the equipment matters core duelist. Although it doesn't. This is Lingified at the moment. So it's a tree folk, 0/4 tree folk with no abilities. Ooh, that's another 5/5. It gets haste out from the lightning greaves. And Kumo wins this game. And there is the that is what I was expecting out of Magic Online. Alright, we're back to test how long Spectation works without crashing this time. Also to watch some more Magic. But anyway, yeah, the equipment that are still banned is Umezawa's Jitte, which is always going to be banned because it's just stupid broken in a tribal format. Batterskull is still banned, but the swords of X and Y were previously banned in just Underdog, I think, but now they've since been unbanned, and that was the thing I couldn't remember. They haven't really made a huge splash or anything. Certainly can have some games where they're incredible, but they are also fairly expensive and clunky. Relatively speaking, I mean. It looks like things are going a bit better for Love Taps this game. Attacking for 11 and sort of rendering Sylvan Library fairly weak. And a flying core might be a problem for the tree folk. Well, it's a mono green deck, and they generally have a hard time against flyers. And just forced to Lingify the core duelist just to reduce the amount of damage taken. Which looks like Love Taps is just moving the equipment over to the flyer. Maybe just one of them. This is a Captain's Claw, +1/+0, and whenever equipped creature attacks, create a create a 1/1 white core ally creature token. Tap and attacking. So it's a pretty good way of flooding the board. Also nice in ally decks because it triggers all the allies. And Stoneforge Mystic is searching up a Grafted War Gear. 3 mana for +3/+2, and when it becomes unattached, sacrifice that permanent. Equip 0. This is going to be 4/5, and then another one from the ally token. So yeah. So we're going down to 1 against probably 4 attackers, because you would play the Grafted War Gear and attach it to Core Duelist, and then every creature would be lethal. Okay, well, still a round 1, but I could not get MTGO to spectate Kumagoro's match again, so watching Bandit Keep versus Golden Lyn. Looks like Golden Lyn is playing Kobold. I know he's runs a combo deck with, I can't remember any of the names of the cards, but it's when a creature dies, return it to your hand, and then just a thing to sacrifice it to deal damage. Since the kobolds cost 0 mana, sacrifice it, and it goes to your hand, and then you play it, and you can just keep sacrificing over and over again. And looks like Soltari maybe from Bandit Keith. Just a sort of aggressive white weenie shadow tribe. It's got lots of shadow in the tribe, so it's pretty good at rendering blockers irrelevant. Fortunately for Golden Lyn, all of the actual cards you need to cast over and over again for the combo are just the creatures, so the Thalia is not a combo breaker. Although I think the thing that brings the creatures back costs 4 mana in enchantment, I think, so you need an extra land to be able to get up to that. Enduring something, I think it's called. Yeah, it does definitely look like Soltari. Shadow, whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, yeah, this is the thing I'm thinking of. Enduring Renewal. Play with your hand revealed. If you draw a card, reveal a top card of your library instead. It's a creature card, put it into your hand, otherwise draw a card. Well, put it into your graveyard. When a creature is put into your graveyard from the battle, return it to your hand. So, yeah, you just need this plus a sacrifice outlet, a repeatable sacrifice outlet, and then the 0 mana kobolds go back to your hand, and you can just recast them over and over again. But obviously you don't really want to play it until you're actually able to combo off, because it strips out a lot of your draws. Ooh, Containment Priest. Non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile instead. So this is hate for a bunch of various kind of cheating to play and reanimation. Again with the Enduring Renewal, it goes back to your hand when it dies. Creatures go back to your hand when they die, and you do cast them. So Containment Priest doesn't do anything except be a 2/2 Asaka, which is potentially enough. Two on, pay 1 to gain Shadow. Okay, and here's the Enduring Renewal. But no sacrifice outlets in hand. So the kobolds can safely block one of the 2X's, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 down to 1. So Goldlane's going to have to draw the sacrifice outlet off the top. So yeah, kobolds have Care Keep, get thrown into front of Containment Priest, and then when they die, you draw one of your triggers and puts it back in hand. Ooh, that will break the combo, I think. When a creature is put into your graveyard from the battle, return it to your hand. So yeah, it's a trigger thing, it's not a replacement effect. It does actually go to the graveyard first, so I just get exiled. So I suspect Goblin is lost this game, I believe. Oh well. No sacrifice outlet anyway. And bounce the Thalia, but that's still plenty of attackers. And Bandit Keith wins the match. Alright, managed to get back into Kuma versus Love Tap's game. Oh, yeah, match. So, turn 6, Kuma's at 20, Love Tap's is at 5, and Kuma's got Leaf Crowned Elder. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it shares a creature type, reveal it and play it without paying its mana. This makes things cheaper. Tree Folk and Shamans. This is enter the battlefield, search your library for a Tree Folk with Forest and put it on top. Okay, there's a Crafted War Gear. So this will make the Stoneforge Mystic a 6/5, which will presumably impede Kuma's ability to attack, but this does provide a long-term advantage. Looks like Kuma's already run through a couple of Dow Barks. Okay, so attacking with the Stoneforge Mystic. Kuma makes the decision that Tree Folk Harbinger is worth less than 6 life. Caxel Apprentice. As long as it crits, gets +1/+1 and flying. So you can... Love Taps can move the equipment over, but then moving the Graphic War Gear will cause the Stoneforge should die. Though if he's got just another equipment. Or a Councilor's Judgment. That goes through Shroud. Cultivate, just search for a couple of forests, one to play and one to hand. But it certainly does look like the tables are turning. I mean, I suppose the combination of being at 2 life plus Kuma having lightning greaves does impede Love-Tap's ability to actually attack with everything. So yeah, just swing him in the kite sail. Yeah, moving the Shuko to the... So it costs 0 mana to equip. You can put it on attackers and then put it on blockers. Timber Protector. All the tree folk creatures you control get +1/+1. Tree folk and forest you control have indestructible. Let's just say swords in response. It certainly is. Oh, okay, so there is sort of fire and ice. Kind of assumed previously when I was watching when the Stoneforge Mystics was searching up the other stuff that Love-Tap's wasn't running swords, but I guess he literally did just want something that was cheap to cast and equip before, and then sort of fire and ice. It's a sort of heavy hitter, and the game drags on. Either that, or maybe he's just running like one sort of fire and ice and had it in hand, couldn't search up with Stoneforge Mystic, but yeah, that's pretty beastie thing to have access to at this point in the game. Although, I mean, another Timber Protector like ability card, something that makes this 2 damage, would actually still win the game for Kuma, since Lightning Greaves again gives haste, so if you can pump up the boss banneret with another creature you can attack with both, and that would be 2 damage. Okay, Dawngrove Elder forces the Stoneforge Mystic to chomp. Probably attack with the boss banneret as well. Yeah. So force jump from the Stoneforge and then... Oh wait, does this have trample? No. Okay, round 2 is the everyone's running the deck that they did the best in throughout the last year. So I managed to win a modern event with Blue-White Spirits, the Talawisp Spirits deck, with a bunch of auras and stuff. So Talawisp, whenever you cast a Spirit or Arcane spell, not Arcane, just Spirits, you search the library for an aura card with the enchant creature, reveal it and put it into your hand. So we've got Ethereal Armor for raw damage, Cursed Chains for removal, Prison Turn for more removal, Gift of Immortality, which combos with Cameo False Hope to lock the opponent out of the attack step. And then Sage's Reverie, kind of like Ethereal Armor, except for cost 4, and you get to draw a card for each aura you control, and Control Magic. Control Magic was originally, was it Mind Control, a 5 mana one, but allowed to make non-mechanical changes to, since this was a modern deck, potentially going up against legacy stuff. So for the spirits, got Mausoleum Wanderer, good aggressive one drop flying, and it offers some protection. Selfless Spirit again. Yeah, Mausoleum Wanderer, Selfless Spirit can also work with Gift of Immortality to repeatable indestructible or repeatable countering. Oh, and there's a Spirit Mantle as well, I forgot about that. +1/+1 protection from creatures, just obviously powerful. Rattle Chains, Flash, Flying, give Hexproof, it's also good to protect the Aurored Up thing. Eidolon of Countless Battles, Bestow, 4. So either it or thing at enchants gets +1/+1 for each creature and each aura you control. D-Sphere, it's just a bit of removal, you can't actually search that up because it's not an aura. And then Jugskull Captain is obviously good for protecting, good for pumping. Okay, here we are, round 2 against Jack Slagle on the play, which is always a nice place to be. And well, this is more than a little bit awkward with the Seachrome Glacial Fortress hand and the Sage's Reverie with no other other auras. I don't think it's bad enough to mulligan. I'm going to keep it. So the question is, who plays Seachrome Coast first for the turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer or the Glacial Fortress to guarantee the turn 2 Selfless Spirit? I think because if I draw another land, I'll be able to play the turn 2 Selfless Spirit anyway. I'm just going to play the Seachrome Coast. Okay, black red with a Thoughtseize. Possible that Jack will have to spend a bit of time reading Sage's Reverie. Not the most commonly seen card. Okay, it just takes the captain, which to me kind of implies that he might have a fair amount of removal in his deck. Okay, well, it's not exactly the card I wanted to draw right now, but it's not the worst. Okay, Jund. Grimflayer. Okay, well, just playing the Glacial Fortress, and it seems pretty likely that I just want to take out the Grimflayer. Liliana. Taking out the Selfless Spirit. That is pretty bad for me. So what I can do is either just opt and try and find something, or I could Moorland Haunt to make a spirit that would make the Mausoleum Wanderer 2/2, attack Liliana down to 2. But then she ticks back up to 3, killing the Mausoleum Wanderer. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the yacht. No, I don't think that's good enough. That is not good either. Yeah, I guess Mausoleum Wanderer. And a hint of Torak. Ooh, okay, just an island, and I guess I'm Mullen Haunting. Another Grim Flyer. So there's 2-2 at least. This is 7 for the ultimate. Yeah, I guess we just opt again. Okay, that works. Now, fortunately Liliana at least can't kill anything. Assuming the Drescal Captain survives as well, which is still alive now. No, it's not. I'll lose the Sage's Reverie as well. And then Liliana can kill this token. So this is going pretty horribly for me. And the Grim Flare will most likely be a 4-4. Yeah, it's instant sorcery and land. Okay, Kitesail Freebooter. What else happened? Okay, so the game log is not useful here. It just says, put a card on top of Jack Slager's library. But it must have been, was it a Raging Ravine or Kitesail Freebooter? Went into the graveyard. But you can activate the Raging Ravine. That's 8 damage. Okay, you can't do it now. But now he's got 2 Planeswalkers for me to contend with. Both of the Lilianas get more loyal. But I get to make a 1-1, so I've got that going for me. And a fairly worthless Seachrome Coast. Which one? I guess I could probably... Learning out of the Veil's probably actually the more... the less dangerous ultimate for me at the moment. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. I think I'm in a very rough position. Yep, there goes the token. And Huntmaster of the Fells. So I'm not even really sure what I could draw at this point to crawl back. But let's see what happens. Rattle chains. Well, at least that can counter one activation of the Liliana Last Hope. Although possibly I should have cast it just to stop Ravager of the Fells from flipping. I don't know. You know what? This is 8 points of trample plus 2. Oh, I'm super dead. Let's just not mess around anymore. Okay, and no creature hand. With a couple of things that need a creature and a couple of removal spells. This seems like a mulligan. Okay, well this doesn't seem amazing. Again, I've got the awkward land situation, but I'm keeping it. Sure. As I thought, he's probably going to take the Draw Call Captain again. Yep. It's just, well, do want to play the Rattle Chains on the Mausoleum Wanderer. I don't know. Let's play the Mausoleum Wanderer. It's going to be a Hint of Torak, Cat itself Rebooter. So that takes my Swords to Plowshares. And let's see, maybe I'll forget how Rattle Chains works or Mausoleum Wanderer works. Okay, no, didn't. Okay, let's just run out the Rattle Chain and see if we can trade off. actually a freebooter, so just going to sort that in response. Let's run out a Self of Spirit and attack for 2. Oh, good. Yeah. This just seems unreasonably brutal. Alright, well, let's just run out of the Mausoleum Wander and attack Liliana the Hope. Last Hope, down to 2. I guess might as well just run out the planes because of him Sorok and stuff, and it still at a point where the lands do matter. Let's see if this feels like a Colligan's command. I guess make him pay 1 for it. Well, I felt alright about how things were going until the Last Hope came down again. It just seems like a absurdly good card in the matchup. Oh, that's a nice one at least. Let's see how long the Drow Squad captain survives this time. Oh, well, it got targeted with the Liliana, so kind of seems like it's not going to die quite yet. But I am getting attacked for 5. Dark Confident reveals Dark Confident. Raging Ravine coming in for 6. And also the Dark Confidant. The question is, do I create a Maul and Haunt token and trade it for the Dark Confidant? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's tempting to try and just have Dark Confidant deal a bunch of damage to him to kill him, but it seems like such a sketchy plan. That's Grimflayer. 4/4 Grimflayer as well. Let's see what Opt gives us. Tallowisp. That seems a bit too bad. Right, well I'm not sure I can cast another Opt. So I still want to use the Maul and Haunt. Let's kill Liliana. So yeah, I want the token to be able to block the Raging Ravine. In his hand. Grimflayer is pretty nice with the Dark Confidant as well, because you can stack it to make sure you don't actually lose any life, or don't lose very much life. So yeah, that goes the Dark Confidant. So okay, Source of Plowshares, that's very good. Let's see what Alp does for us. Glacial Fortress, don't really need that right now. And a Plains. And a Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's a good one to put on top. With a good Grimflayer as well. And yeah, I'm just super dead. Oh well, that did not go well. Who was it? It was her that did it, really. That was pretty brutal against me. Oh well, I'm out of the running now, but I'll continue to spectate other people until the event is over. Okay, still in round 2, just spectating Bandit Keith versus Diamond Dust. Diamond Dust looking like a similar to what we spectated in round 1 from it was Love Taps NTG who did that of core, equipment core. This very much looks like Mono Red Goblins. Okay, so Diamond Dust just attacking with a 1 Armament Master. Unsurprisingly, needs to hold back quite a decent amount of creatures against the Goblin Horde. So Legion Loyalist is quite potent in this sort of situation. These two of the creatures, Legion Loyalist, these two of the creatures attack, creatures control it first, second, trample. So 2 Battle Cries, put Goblin Guide up to 4. and make the Goblin Power Driver. Goblin Power Driver plus First Strike is a bit of a nightmare to deal with. This is 11, so this is going to have to get chomped. And 3, 6, 9, 13. So yeah. Oh, maybe there's a Sword to Plowshares. Kill the Power Driver. Ooh, that's not good for Diamond Dust, because now the Armament Master isn't giving the bonus damage, so now both of these get eaten. And Bandicoot just wins the match anyway. Oh, because it's Trample as well. I was just thinking of the first driver. Trample's a nightmare to deal with as well, so yeah. Mono Red Goblins is, shocker, quite good. Okay, this is more of round 2. Die Shuffler versus TLR has to have a rematch. So, I'm going to say Vampires out of Die Shuffler. I don't know anything else you'd really play Vampire Lacerator in. No idea what TLR is playing. Oh, okay, TLR is playing either Living Death or Living End. I can't remember which one's which. But it's just cycling a bunch of cycling creatures, and then casting a Cascade card to hit living whatever to bring everything back and kill everything on the board. So looks like it's going to be a fairly straightforward aggro versus combo race. And certainly not the most explosive opening for an aggro deck from Die Shuffler. It could, I mean, red, black, and possibly white could also mean a sort of aggro control-y cheap creatures and a bunch of removal, which would be worse in this matchup. Gonna see some burn here, maybe? No, just cracking for a tap shot land. It does look like just black-red. This is just more cycling from TLR. I forgot to mention it is Beast Tribal by the looks of it. This looks mountain cycling. Okay, and Die Shuffler is just throwing out some bird now. Definitely not a bad idea. So, might see an instant speed Cascade spell from TLR here. More cycling. This is starting to look... Yeah, Violent Outburst. Cascade. When you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until I exile a non-land card, it costs less. And... Okay, well, Life Shuffler conceded. But it hits Living End, I think. Which is a 0 mana thing with Suspend. Okay, well, never mind that. And we're back. And okay, not a very surprising opening here. Life Shufflers played a cheap vampire and TLR's Cycle the Beast. Win a Brindle Boar. Just a nice one. Sacrifice it to gain 4 life. Just bit of life gain against the aggro decks that also fills up the graveyard. Might just trade it for the Vampire Lacerator though. Yeah. No, sorry, he activated it to gain 4 life. Or effectively, with the block it also effectively gained him 6 life. Stromkirk Captain. TLR is selecting Street Wraith. 2 life. Ridge Ranit. Not really sure what that means, but okay. And a Vampire Nighthawk. So this is 3, 10, 12 damage. So it, I mean, there's a good chance that TLR will just have a Cascade. Just because the nature of the cycling deck is that they've always got a pretty good chance of having the critical Cascade card. So it's Cascade or Death, and waiting for TLR to pay costs. Oh, that's just cycling. But yeah, this looks like a Cascade. Yep, there you go, Violent Outburst. There's a Living End. Each player exile 4 creature cards from graveyard, sacrifice everything, brings everything back from exile. But yeah, this is 6, 12, 18, 24, 26, 29, 34. Block still taking 12, 17, 20, 22. So yeah, DLR wins the match. Seems like a pretty rough matchup for the Ice Shufflers Vampires there. Just kind of guessing that well, it just seems like not the most aggressive deck with, at least from what we saw, not a bunch of relevant disruption in the matchup, so just gave TLR enough time to set everything up and win. Alright, we're into round 3, watching Jack Slagle versus Nagarjuna. Decks this time have to be ones that the players didn't score any points in over the last year. So kind of looking like rats from Jack Slagle and something combo-y from Naga. Enlightened tutor for a lotus petal. That certainly screams something combo-ish. Ancient 2. And sneak attack. Okay, sure. That makes sense. Can make a sneak attack work with a bunch of different tribes. Ooh, but Assassin's Trophy to take out the sneak attack. That is pretty nice for Jack. This Naga just got another sneak attack, maybe? He does. Jack got another Assassin's Trophy. Or maybe some discard to strip out the dangerous creatures from the hand. Oh, just another Assassin's Trophy. Was that... Seemed like that was the only basic that Naga's got, is this one mountain. So it's turning into a battle of the 1-1 versus nothing. And chittering rats to further impede Naga. So everyone probably needs to buckle their seatbelts because it's going to be an exciting game of oh well, I was going to say little rats chewing away for small amounts of damage against an opponent doing nothing, but Naga's got an enlightened tutor to shuffle the deck again and grab another sneak attack. Although he's down, Nagas is down to just 2 cards in hand, so... And there's a Maelstrom Pulse. So that is 3 sneak attacks and 2 enlightened tutors gone. And this ancient team has been dealing a not insignificant amount of damage to Naga. Still no idea what Naga's playing either. yeah, can't. Oh, and there's a lightning bolt, so definitely can't afford to use the ancient tomb. And there's another lightning bolt. So almost certainly can't afford to. Okay, it looks like Naga's mulligan down to 6. Jack's kept on 7, it looks like. Yeah, Naga mulligan to 6 and bottom to the scry. There's another line tutor. Going for the sneak attack this time. And exiling a pair of Syrian spirit guides. Playing a Lotus Petal to get a turn 2 sneak attack. Maybe he's playing apes. Just a lightning bolt out of Jack, I guess, making the probably correct assumption that this is not going to be removal in this matchup. And there's the Assassin's Trophy, so yeah, that was fairly costly for Naga. 3 temporary mana sources, a sneak attack, and the card disadvantage I have in Light and Tutor. And now Chithering Rat stealing a turn from him. Zumi Short Fang. This is activate ability. Target opponent discards a card. If it has no cards in hand, flip it. And there's no convenient way to look at it on MTGO. Oh, that's alright, right? Beginning of each player's upkeep, a player loses 1 life for each card fewer than 3 in their hand, so it essentially becomes a 3/3 the rack. Naga's forced to discard something. Looks like golems, most likely. Yeah, the burglar rat forces the discard of an ancient stone idol. And then this puts Naga down to 0 cards in hand. And this is now Stab Whisker the Odious. So yeah, looks like Nightly's gonna have to draw, or I was going to say very luckily off the top, but I'm not even sure what sequence you'd need, because he's only got 3 mana, doesn't have a sneak attack, doesn't have any cards and creatures in hand, and is taking a bunch of damage from Stab Whisker. So I kind of suspect that Naga's probably locked out of this now. Yeah, he's in fact just 1 life for each card fewer than 3. So yeah, just dead. So some very timely Assassin's Trophies and Maelstrom and a Maelstrom Pulse has allowed the rats to devour the golems. Okay, still round 3. Looking at the Bandit Keith versus TLR match. Okay, TLR mulligans to 6 and bottoms the scry. Oh, please be mongooses. That'll be a lot of fun. I don't remember. I think there's another shrouded mongoose, maybe. I don't remember a lot of the mongooses. Okay, if this is mongooses, it's going to be somewhat changeling heavy, because these this is the entire tribe. Can't be counted shroud, protection from blue, and shroud threshold. And got to imagine that's humans. It could be soldiers. Yeah, this is looking a lot like some mongooses. The wasteland. Yeah, definitely looking very human-y. Looking like, I guess I'd say mono-white humans as well. So yeah, Wasteland into Mother of Runes and Thalia is a pretty, with Champion for pressure, is a pretty brutal start. Chrome marks though. Exiling a worship. Okay, I see how it is. Benelish Marshall, just a 3/3 anthem. Sterling Grove. Enchantment you control of Shroud and sacrifice to search for an enchantment card, so we'll kind of assume that exiling a worship when it's probably from this position the one out the deck has implies another worship in hand, but yeah, I suppose it's an unfortunate position where Thalia means that TLR needs 5 mana to get this out, to get a worship out. I'm not sure it's going to be able to survive that long. So it looks like the Nimble Mongoose is forced to chomp. Champion. Yeah, and I'm really not sure what Tall Mongoose could bring to the and we're back. So it looks like we missed a Wasteland taking out a Savannah, and then just Aether Vial. Yeah, Thalia looks like it might be an annoyance for TLR's deck, based on what we saw. Not that we saw a huge amount. Chromox. But no Mongooses, yeah. Yeah, there's a changeling. Powerful. 2-2 for 2. That is everything. Although no early champion of the parish for Bandit Keith means he's applying a lot less pressure. So this lieutenant represents a decent amount of pressure though. Yeah, attacking with Mother of Runes, which makes sense because it looks like TLR's plan is to render all the creatures irrelevant by worship, so probably not got so much targeted removal. So he does have enough mana to cast a worship now, even through the Thalia. There's still no creatures in play. Although, also no pre-damage creatures from Bandit Keith to pump up the Thalia's Lieutenant. So yeah, that's still only representing 6. But Ghost Quartering away the possibly why TLR put it on a forest is because he thought that Ghost Quarter was only non-basic land, because that's what I thought as well. But it's just destroy target land. So yeah, it looks like a straightforward white weenie humans was able to keep the worshipful mongooses from actually doing anything. Okay, we're on to round 4. This is actually the third place playoff between TLR and Nagarjuna. The event this round is they had 30 minutes to build a new deck using only uncommons. So it looks like we've got Berserkers from TLR against Vampires from Nagarjuna. So it's looking like just mono red aggro versus probably, well, Leaders of Lieutenant suggests a certain amount of aggressiveness, but with more interaction going on. Gutter Snipe certainly implies burn heavy. Rift Bolt must have been uncommon at some point. Just another Bloodseeker. I suppose this also implies a certain fairly heavy amount of burn. You can burn creatures out of the way and then get the bonus on the Bloodseeker. Okay, yeah. Naga looks like heavier on the interaction probably. Okay, maybe this isn't. Maybe it's humans. Or shamans? Because the good snipe's a goblin shaman, isn't it? But the largest tribe we've seen so far is the human, Stormblood, Altic, and Young Pyromancer. Falconroth. Discard a card, transform it into a 3/2 flyer. Yeah, so it looks like TLR. Flooded a fair amount there. 6 lands in a mono red deck's not really what you want. Okay, here we are for the finals. Bandit Keep versus Jack Slagle. It's a they've had 30-ish minutes to build a deck with the condition of all non-basic lands, all cards except for basic lands have to be uncommons. So this is a blackmail, which is target player reveals 3 cards in their hand, and you choose one from them to discard. And it's looking like Bandit Cube's got a. Okay, now they've disappeared. So Souls to Plowshares, Chainer's Edict with it, and some other Disfigure. So it looks like a sort of aggro control-y, removal heavy warriors maybe. Could also just be humans, but Tainted Fields. This is black-white, dual land, only if you control a swamp. If near deadlands is Sacred Desert, put 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature. Only at sorcery speed. And then with Outpost is just the Mardu Tricolour attack land. So looking like a unfortunate situation for Jack Slagle, that this is just a stuck on 2 lands, and this is just a colourless do nothing land at the moment. That looks like vampire deck out of Jack. They have got a number of uncommon lords. Maybe it's just the Legion Lieutenant and the Stormcoat Captain. But it is a decent amount, certainly. Oh. Jack gets to the 3rd land. We do know that Bandit Keith's got 2 more removal spells in hand. So if near deadlands, putting Jack down to 4. So he has to have some kind of removal spell here not to be dead. Okay, yeah, Path to Exile, that makes sense. Doing it on Bandit Keith's draw step, so doesn't get the land comes into play tapped on Bandit Keith's turn, but also doing it in the draw step maximises the chance that Bandit Keith will just draw a basic land. Okay, yeah, so that hint, there was a hint of Torah that we saw before, and it took out a Disfigure in the Source to Posh. A Source to Posh shares. So I think we know about the God, I've already forgotten its name. Flashback, Sacrifice, Edict spell, Chainer's Edict, Shefet Dunes, another Desert. Sacrifice a desert, creatures you can draw +1/+1 until end of turn. Although these are pretty awkward when you're at 2 life. Okay, another hint of Torax, good. Yeah, definitely looking like Bandit Keith went heavy on the removal. I suppose it's just drawing heavily on the removal. Okay, looking definitely like warrior deck. Okay. Gatekeeper Malika, Jack having to spend 1 life to get the third black. Going down to 1, but it's being at 1's probably not significantly different than being at 2. Gatekeeper gets disfigured. This is the menace granting warrior. So unless I'm remembering wrong, Bandit Keith should have another removal spell. Yeah, the Chainer's Edict, that wasn't wrong. And this can't tap for coloured mana. So it looks like Jack Slagle did get stuck on land for a bit too long and wasn't quite able to stabilise that. Ah! And we're back. Yeah, looks like Jack's starting with another rather awkward Tainted Field plus Desert hand. Tormented Hero. Enters tapped. Whenever you cast a spell at target, so each opponent loses 1 life and you gain life equals to life lost that way. And another one. Okay, so Soul Splasher takes out 1. But still no access to black mana for Jack Slagle. And Chief of the Edge is half a lord, I suppose, but good at applying pressure. So yeah, this is just a 2-turn clock. Still a 2-turn clock, but going to be harder for, unless there's a sweeper, which I don't know what there would be at uncommon. Yeah, seems like Jack Slagle just had some fairly unfortunate draws with in terms of the lands, and Tainted Field, from my experience, it's a lot more awkward than it seems. Unless you're in you're just splashing white and you're in very heavily in black. It certainly can be awkward. Bandit Keith curved out pretty well, so didn't give him a lot of time to recover. Alright, there we have it. Kind of a anticlimactic ending there, with Jack Slagle getting screwed over by his own mana base, but congratulations to Bandit Keith, our new Ultimate Tribal Champion for this year. Not a lot to say here, since I've got no decks to debrief on. The only thing I do know is that I now hate Liliana the Last Hope with something of a passion, so good to learn something there. And thank you very much everyone for watching. We do actually have one thing to add, which is